Hello, here we are again. Another episode of Insight from the Forest. Man, I love these. Hope you're enjoying them too. We'll keep on trucking today. It's a bit windy. Not as cold, but still, the wind is still crisp. That's to be expected. But yeah, keep on trucking here. As I mentioned last time, the butternut is one that I am not familiar with. It is a fascinating tree. It's an interesting looking tree, isn't it? Now, I don't know the health of this tree. Seems all right. The crown's a little thin. Looks okay. Feels solid. The only one that I know of around here. It's a butternut. And it's another opportunity to connect with a tree that I'm not familiar with at all. I don't know what type of energy it is. Right away, I'm getting a warmth from it, though. Feels warm, homey. I know it has nice wood. And as I said, this is the only butternut that I know of on the property. It has very distinct bark. Look at that. Look at the tapestry of this. Almost looks like it's like a very tall fairy standing there. Very interesting. I'm wondering now if there's any associations with butternut and fairy. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, don't know. I know this tree. I know this tree individually. Don't know the species very well. And definitely a warm energy, glowing. Feels like a vibration. Very cozy. Like I could stand here all day. Oh. Shifted a bit. Luckily I'm standing on the side that doesn't have any branches in case one comes down, but you'll protect me, right, friend? Of course you will. Yeah, I want to get my hand on it. See if I can feel something. Nice bark. Smooth but rough. Kind of like me. Smooth but rough. Rough on the outside, smooth on the inside, or smooth on the inside, rough on... There's definitely a humorous element to this tree. This tree has a very good sense of humor. It's bringing out a jovial energy in me. Not quite childlike, but like a joie de vivre. A type of wanderlust, perhaps. Ooh, I can feel it moving and swaying. Wow, a lot of these are moving quite a lot. Check this out. Look at this one. Where is it? This one right here is moving a lot. It's got a bend in it. It's like an elm. We'll have to do elm too at some point, but right now, let's see what else the bitternut, or sorry, not bitternut. That's another one that we'll have to do, bitternut hickory. The butternut. Butternut. Ah, yes, I almost forgot. It has very, very distinct nuts. I'm not going to be able to find one right now, but yeah. Trying to remember. They're like fuzzy or something. They're green. I think they're fuzzy. So, yeah, it's like, even the bark feels warm, I swear. It has good light here and good sun exposure. Maybe that's why. But it seems to be a tree that is self-supportive. I didn't really have any intentions today of coming out here looking for any specific type of energy, but it's giving me one of safety and security and being comfortable in one's own skin and having a healthy sense of ego, one that's balanced. One that's not too fiery, but also not too tame either. Yeah. Yeah, okay. A Goldilocks flame, whatever that means. Just right. It's like a nice fire that's not burning you. You have to back away from it, but it's not like so small that you have to huddle around it. It's just like the right amount of heat. Nice warm heat. It's incredible, like the heat that's emanating off this tree, I swear. The other trees I've felt, I mean, it's winter time, so the other trees that I've touched have been cold to the touch, like some like ice cold. And this one is like, it's incredible. It even has some snow on it. Look at that. It's got snow on it, but yet even the snowy parts feels warm. That's crazy. It's like not even nearly as cold as the other. I wonder if it has something to do with the bark. Anyway, I'm getting too hung up on the physical parts of the tree just because it's such a novelty, but yeah, I got your message, friend. Yeah. Yeah, good spirits, staying in good spirits, being self-sufficient, being, yeah, the master of one's own domain. It's got a sense of humor, this one. They all do, but this one is like witty. It's quick. I want to say it's like exuding some type of hormone, possibly like the willow, some type of compound. I don't smell anything, but yeah, this is a magical tree. I can't wait to look up and validate my experience. I mean, maybe validate's not the right word. That was plenty valid. But just to see if anyone else has experienced a similar thing with the energy of the butternut. It's such a nice tree. It's very slim and slender. But yeah, I want to say it's the wood is used for furniture, but I'm not sure. Yeah, nice tree. I feel a bit exhilarated almost after that. Maybe not exhilarated, but rejuvenated. A better word. All right. So the next one I'm going to look at is actually one of my favorite trees here, and you're going to see that we did a lot of maintenance on it. We had a scissor lift, a boom lift over the summer, and it had some broken branches, and it was all messed up. Well, I mean, look at the ground here. This is the base of the tree. That's the tree right there. See all those branches there? That is because, I'll just talk about some of the physical parts of it for now. See all that? All of those had to go all the way up. That's when I was saying on one of my previous videos, I got to see the forest from a completely different vantage point, which was so cool. The energy's way different up there in the canopy. It's the territory of the birds. And it sure felt like air energy up there, I'll tell you. But yeah, this is an eastern white pine. And pine is quite well known for most people. Similar in nature to cedar, very clean energy, obviously used in cleaners and stuff, but more so just like creates like a sterile environment. It likes its own space, and that's why we cleaned it up and cleaned up the other little trees and stuff that were not healthy around it to give it plenty of room. It's got lots of light up there. It can use the remaining branches near the crown to photosynthesize, and of course it's an evergreen. It's got the pine needles. It's right across from the cabin. And if you look right here, there's my stang. For anybody that's not familiar, I believe it's a Norse thing. The Norsemen had a staff like this known as a stang. The crook, I won't talk about this for too long, but just to kind of set the stage here a little bit, the crook should come up to your heart level if you're going to use it as a staff. I've planted it here permanently and I've adorned it. There was a whole ceremony here. This is where my naming ceremony happened. We put the stang in the ground at the same time. That's when I became Merlin, in addition to my physical worldly self. And this stang is creating sacred space. It's holding sacred space in this part of the forest and for the cabin as well. So the cabin actually has a very neutral energy because it hasn't been inhabited in, and there hasn't been any work done in it yet, so it's very neutral energy. And with the staying across from it, it adds a certain elevation to keep things in the positive, to create some protection in this area of the forest, safety. Yeah, let's go and connect with the white pine here. This is a big mamma jamma. Just to show you the size of my hand next to it there. It's pretty big. It's got to be probably 3 or 4 feet across. And it's very, very big. Solid. It sways a lot, but it's also very solid. Bit of a slice here or something. A bit of a gap. Looks like it's healed over. And I hope my trimming job was good enough that nothing's gonna fall on me. It's very windy again today, as I mentioned. Let's connect with this white pine here real quick. Pine is one that has helped me at all levels. Spiritually, mentally, physically. I love to burn the pitch. I love the way it smells. I love the way it looks. Oh yeah, I can feel it swaying. It's so deep. The roots are so deep. Maybe not as much as a conifer, but still, this tree is old and it's been here for quite a while. Yeah, it's saying it's been here as long as the older maples. So I don't even want to put a number on it, but you know, probably more than half a century, I would say, probably pushing 100 years. But very strong, very stable, very green, calming energy. And it's definitely one that I can relate with. The leaves, actually there's a bunch sitting right here. I like to take the bunch of leaves and hang them on my stang. There was one here before, but it must have fallen off. That's how it was before. It had pine needles, feather, red ribbon, pearl. It's a nice color bark as well. It's like almost like an army green color. Like a dark gray army green. Very solid, not very flaky. Very solid tree. Ooh. There's a tiny bit of sap here. See if I can gather some and get a scent. Yeah, so sticky. So fresh though. That's what it is. It's that fresh, vibrant green. So it's like a little bit like the hickory and like that rejuvenation, renewal, cleansing. Yeah. Just getting flashes of all kinds of green plants and herbs. All kinds of different things. Lemon verbena. All kinds of stuff. Rosemary. Yeah. Okay, interesting. It's saying, let me make sure I get this right here. It's saying that when you need direction or guidance, you can burn some of the sap on a charcoal, or even just light some on a leaf or something like that, and not inhale the fumes, but just be near the smoke, and it will help with reflection and making clear-headed decisions. Wow, that's really good to know. Now, not only does it make a wonderful smell, but it can actually help with the decision-making process by adding some clarity, and it's giving me another R word, but it's not rejuvenation, not renewal. What is it? R-E something. I'll have to come back to it. Regeneration? No. Restoration, which is slightly different. To restore, to put away again. So in other words, to find, maybe to find your old self in a new way. Restoration. And renew. Renewable. We're all renewable. To make new again. To store again and to make new again. Yeah. Likely to store energy, store the light, capture the light, store the light, and then send it off, pass it along. Good message. Thank you, friend. Oh, such a pretty tree. Oh, excuse me, handsome. Handsome. It's a resoundingly, okay, no, not just exclusively male. I was going to say resoundingly male, but it reminded me of, no, it's in touch with its feminine side. But it has a hulking beast of a nature to it. It just gave off a male energy there for a second, but it reminded me that things are not always as they appear, and that you can hold many different types of energy, right? Thank you for that last message. Appreciate that. Polarity again, right? Balance and polarity. Just like last time, balance in the white and the dark and the light and the shadow. Man, I'm lucky. So lucky to have access to a place like this. And I need to do it justice and honor it by spending time in it, being here. Hell, I'm going to go the other way. Let's take the scenic route. Wrap up the video. Could always use a little bit more exercise, right? I've been sitting here talking to trees. Not much good for the soul, but not as good for the muscles. So I gotta move. Ah, those are two wonderful trees though. Butternut, eastern white pine. Nice complementary energy too. Is a lot of the times, like last time, I wasn't expecting to have complementary energy like that, but it just worked out that way. And I'm not going to argue with it, obviously. So, wow, we're getting down to it now. I mean, there's several more I can think of that would be wonderful to cover. Some big ones, small ones, all shapes and sizes. But, yeah, we're getting down to it now. Once I've exhausted the majority of the trees around here, we're going to have to start venturing outward. Maybe that'd be a good time to increase the production value as well. Start taking my good camera with me, but anyway. Hey, passing by the butternut one more time. Here's another look at it. Tall and slender. Love that bark. Yeah, that'll do it for today, my friends. Thanks again for tuning in, for your interest in this series. Hope you're liking it. I'm having a ball, and it's getting me outside. It's the extra motivation I need to just grab the camera and put my boots on and grab the puppy. She's having a ball too. And just head out here and just take it all in. Just because it's winter doesn't mean we need to stay stuck inside the whole time. While it is a period of transition and rest and relaxation, restoration, right? Renewal. Doesn't mean you can't go outside and enjoy yourself. Doesn't mean you can't partake in hikes and spending time with the trees. And that's the thing with this series. Is I thought about the trees are not going to have their leaves on them, and it's going to be all dark and drab and gray, and not going to be any color. And there's plenty of color out here, and it's beautiful. And it's beautiful in its own way. You know, winter definitely holds a lot of beauty if you know how and where to look. And it's just a matter of getting out here and seeing for yourself. It's not dark, it's not drab, it's not gray. It's beautiful, it's vibrant. Sun's out, sky's blue. It's not too much snow on the ground, easy to walk around, good footing, fresh air, good exercise. I mean, what is there not to like? Alright, that'll do it for today. Thanks again for watching, my friends. Always appreciate your viewership. Love you guys. Take care. See you next time.